Okay, this is an important video about LinkedIn because we're going to go over the privacy settings and review settings for your LinkedIn account. Now, over the past several videos, I've talked about the importance of following companies and following groups, participating in groups and creating discussions, connecting with professionals that you work with or have a constituency with. And all of that leads to a lot of information being fed into your news feed. So LinkedIn, like other social networks, will also email you notifications about new things that are happening. Unlike some other social networks, the more that you are doing here in LinkedIn, the more emails you're going to get. Now, what do I mean by that? If you are joining a ton of groups, you're going to get a ton of emails anytime there's a new discussion that's set up. Or you are particularly active in any one group and you have a comment or you have added to the discussion, you're going to get an email every single time someone then adds to that discussion or replies to you. Every time that you have someone that you're connected with sends you an in-mail, a private message in here, you're going to get an email about it. So how do we change that? Well, we're going to go to Privacy and Settings under your little avatar on the top right. You know, the privacy and Settings, we're going to click on Review. So what this will do is bring you to your account settings dashboard. Everything is very small set up, and let me bring it up just a little bit more. There we go. So we're going to take a look at all of these settings that we have here. You have primary email address, which you can add another email address if you so choose. I have two that I have set up just in case I forget the passwords ever, and I have two email addresses to do that. I can change my password here as well. So if I'm ever under the impression that my LinkedIn page has been hacked, I can go here and change my password. Again, they're going to want you to upgrade your account because they want you to spend $25 a month and you get tons more features. You're always going to have that. You can compare account types and you can upgrade here. And you can also choose, view your payment history, your purchase history, which is if you have an upgraded account, you're going to see when your drafts have been taken out. So in-mails I've purchased. I can purchase in-mail with to people that I don't know, and I can get in-mail credits for that. And then I also have introductions, which I can also set up, and if I want to get more introductions, I can purchase more as well, or upgrade my account. And introductions work is if you know someone who's connected to somebody that you don't know and you want to be connected with them, you can ask for an introduction, and I covered that in another video earlier. So there's this bar up here, this big box up here, and then you have an FAQ section, managing account settings, can't find settings. This is frequently asked questions, and you can go to click on see all frequently asked questions if you're ever stuck. But you're going to look at this section here, this bottom box, and this is important. So this is your profile controls. You can turn off and on your activity broadcast. That means anything that you're posting, you can let people, anything that you're posting and making status updates with, you can change that to turn them on or off so you won't make any posts at all. So as you see, by selecting this option, your activity updates will be shared in your activity feed. If I have this checked, that means anyone who's following me is going to get my updates. I could uncheck that and never participate and post at all. So by that meaning, people will be able to see my participation in groups or replies to companies possibly, but just as a single status updates, you're not going to get those. So you can turn that off and on, it really depends. You have to save changes every time you do anything inside of here. There's not one save all button. You have to save every individual change. You can also move this around, as you can see. So you have select who can see your activity feed, which you can set up to be just your connections, everyone in your network. So like I said, I think I was connected to almost like 7 million people. I could show everyone who comes to that page who's somehow connected with me through one other person that can see my profile. Or I can set it to only you. So I can set it so that only I can see my activity feed. Why would you want to do that? There's not really a good reason why. If you're going to be posting, you want everyone to see it. So I have mine set to my connections. So only the people that are connected with me can see my posts. And that's a nice little feature to have. I don't want everyone seeing everything I'm doing, but I will just have my connections see it. So that is under select, you can see your activity feed. Select what others see when they view my profile, when you viewed their profile. So you might get this every once in a while where when you're looking at the people who have viewed your profile, you're going to either see their name or you can make it anonymous. So you can say, hey, someone at PA Academy of Family Physicians looked at my, that person's profile. I could put my name and then people can come back and look at my profile, but by doing it this way, no one can find out who you were, so they can't go back to your profile and see who you are. Or you could say totally anonymous, and then what that does is it just says a LinkedIn member. So you looked at your profile. So the recommended one is to have your name, your title, and everything else this way, and that's very helpful for a lot of reasons, especially if you're doing job posts or you're looking up someone, might be an old friend from an old colleague from an old past job. So that's something to take into consideration. If you are a little curious and about some people that you don't want them knowing that you looked at their profile, yeah, you can actually click anonymous and do it that way as well. So I am going to cancel that setting, and I can select who can see my connections. So my connections right now can see my connections. So everyone I'm connected with can look at all the people that I'm connected with. But I can change that so that anyone who's connected with me can't see how many other people that I'm connected with. Why would you want to do that? You're only protecting your constituency of connections then. So you're protecting other people who you're connected with. There's no real right or wrong answer for this because, again, this is a professional network, so no one's posting anything that is, inappropriate. But it might be something to consider. I know that a lot of doctors that I've spoken to, they just leave this on, connections can see your connections, so that way they can build a better network with each other. But, there might be some reason why you might not want other people to see your connections. Maybe you work as a very high-profile consultant and you don't want to be asked to be introduced to a particular connection of yours all the time. So that's something to take into consideration. You can change your profile photo and visibility. So I could change my my photo here, or I could also change when I send a message. I could say, to everyone, network or connections. I'm going to cancel that. And I can show hide viewers who have also viewed box. So right now, I can see everyone who's also viewed my profile. Viewers of this profile have also viewed. So right now, anyone who comes to my profile, I can see other profiles that they have checked out recently. Right now, I have it turned on. I could turn it off, though. Why would I want to turn it off? Maybe I'm not interested in seeing who else they've seen. Maybe I am interested in seeing who they've seen and I keep this on. So it really depends on your preference. Really, by turning this off, all you save is an extra box on the right-hand side of your profile page. So you have your Twitter settings. You can manage which Twitter account that you can post out to. You can edit your name, location, edit your profile, which was the same as right here. Edit your public profile, which we went in the previous video, and manage your recommendations. Manage your recommendations, this is important because you can see all the recommendations that you have received, and you can choose to ask to be recommended, and you can also see all the recommendations you've given too. So that's important here. So you can see received, given, and you can also ask for recommendations. We're going to go back to privacy and settings, and we're going to go to communications. Now this is the important one because this will help save your inbox from being spammed from LinkedIn all the time. Emails and notifications. You can set the frequency of emails. So let's click that. And messages from other members. Let's see here. I can, anytime I get an invitation to connect, can I get an individual email? Or could I get a weekly digest? So Should I get one big email at the end of the week, or get it as they come in? Or I can set the no email and be very pleasantly surprised every time I log into LinkedIn. So every time that you see, I have the default setting set up. Every time that anything happens, invitation to join a group, anytime someone invites me to connect with them, anytime I get a message from my connections, anytime that I get an in-mail from somebody, anytime that I get a new connection suggestion that LinkedIn is trying to push onto me, anytime profiles are sent to me by somebody, or job suggestions from connections. So if one of my connections sent me a job idea on here, I'll get an individual email from all that. That could be a lot of emails if you have a lot of connections. And that's just messages from members. So we're going to cancel that, and we're going to look at updates and news. Network updates. I have the Daily Digest email, so I get one big email from LinkedIn with all the updates from my network in one thing. I could choose weekly and then just get a larger email from them. LinkedIn Pulse is the news feed. I chose to have no email because I only check that out when I log in. I could choose to get it once a day when influencers are posting, or a weekly one. I don't find it particularly helpful to have that. I just go and look at it while I log in. Now we go to groups. Now you're going to have, if you're a part of so many groups, as you can see as I have chosen not to get emails every time that something happens. So I can choose to turn stuff off. And in fact, I'll turn a couple of these off right now because I don't need them. So why would you want to turn these off? Maybe they're a particularly active group and you're not going to be that active, so you can turn them off and then check them out whenever you want to. Because right now I get inundated with a bunch of emails from all the different groups that I'm a part of. So I can change all these settings. We'll just keep those right now. I'm going to save those. And then I'm going to notifications. Anytime I get a notification, I get an email. Comments on posts, accepted invitations, endorsements, contact, join notification, mentions. Someone mentions my name in a post, I get emails all for that. And then the last one here is messages from LinkedIn. Anytime that LinkedIn has marketing information they want to send me, referrals for jobs, turn that off. I don't need that. And details on new products and tips and special offers, I don't need that either, so I'm going to save that. So as you can see, you can actually change all of your email settings for how LinkedIn should connect with you outside of the network. So this is something to take into consideration and look at, very thoroughly, because this will help save your inbox from being spammed entirely. All right, let's go back to privacy and settings. We're going to go back to review, and that was under all communications. You can set your push notifications for your mobile phone. LinkedIn, turn off and on invitations to participate in research. That might be something you might want to check out. So right now, I like to get invitations to be part of online research studies. I could choose not to. I can turn off partner in-mail, so I don't want to be connected. If I don't want to, get tons of in-mail from people I'm already connected with, I can turn that off. Groups, companies, and applications. We're going to go back here. And I can choose my display order. I can choose how I want to view the groups, set frequencies of the digest emails, any applications that I have connected to LinkedIn, and all my privacy controls. Turn off and on third-party data sharing with third-party applications. So if you're using an application that logs you into LinkedIn, it's saving some of your information. You want to make sure that you have those turned off. And then you can also change the companies you're following. So as you can see, you can also change a lot of the similar settings that we've shown you in other videos. And the last thing here, and we're almost done, is account. And you can manage your advertising preferences. So LinkedIn may show me ads on third-party websites. Sure. LinkedIn may show me ads based on third-party data. No, I don't want to get ads based on third-party data, so I'm going to save that. I can customize the updates to see on my home page. I can select the language that I'm in that time. Manage security settings. This is an important one. So secure connection. A secure connection will always be used when browsing LinkedIn. So I can always make sure that I always have the HTTPS SSL certificate login for this. And I can learn more about it by clicking here if you want to find out. Right now, two-step verification for sign-in. Right now, it's currently turned off. So all I need to do is go to LinkedIn.com, log in once, and then I'm good. I can turn it on to get a two-step verification, so I can log in from different different devices. So you can also learn more about that here. And I'm going to click done to go back, and there it goes. It wants me to log in because I just changed from that page. So I'm going to log in and back to account. Here you can upgrade your account, the ever-present upgrade. You can change your password. You can add and change your email addresses just like we had under profile. We can get LinkedIn content in a really simple syndication feed, and then you can upgrade and then close your account. And by doing that, you go through the process of actually deleting your account, which is unrecoverable. So that is the privacy and settings under the review section, and you can get to it, from your avatar here.